So Erica asks, she has a Breville dual boiler, otherwise known as the BDB. I do have one. And what are the honest differences you should expect when you get the decent? And she wants to know about steaming, latte art, taste, that sort of thing. Okay, so I very much like the Breville. You're not going to hear me badmouth it. In fact, the reason we make such an expensive machine is because for the price, which is about $1,000, I think the Breville is unbeatable. So if you're looking to spend less than $1,200, just do not consider an E61. Don't buy anything else. Just buy the Breville dual boiler. It's a really excellent machine for the price. It's now 20-year-old design, unchanged, and what can I say? Okay, so as far as the Breville in terms of flavor and the taste, now the main thing about the Breville is you do not have feedback. Now that is the case for virtually every machine out there. The reason that's important is that making good espresso is a skill that you need to develop. It requires dialing in the grind, preparing the portafilter, and knowing how to do the shot correctly. Okay, so if you are coming to the Breville, like say you're James Hoffman and you have a world experience of making great coffee on a variety of machines, James can walk up to a Breville dual boiler and make excellent coffee. It has a pre-infusion that is timed, and then it goes to a normal 9-bar shot, and nothing at all wrong with that. If you are not somebody with that experience, you may struggle. And if you watch a whole bunch of YouTube videos of people with Brevilles, you will see shots that look terrible. Now you can tell they look terrible because the water is speeding up and slowing down, or the water is going from dark brown to light brown very quickly. Both those are signs that the shot has fallen apart, the coffee is going to be bad tasting. Now, I'm a pretty advanced guy, so I know to look for those things, and I know what to do to fix that if I were doing it myself. But a lot of people would be lost at that point. So that's number one, and that goes for any machine, which is when your shot goes bad, how do you know what to do? With the decent espresso machine, we'll show you in a little bit, but the charts on the screen show you what happened with the shot. And when you buy the machine, you get invited to our forum. People who make bad shots, which is normal, when they get the machine, will take a photograph, post it, say, what should I do? And people help them. And I would say without exception, and then this is the remit of the company, if you buy a decent espresso machine, we will get you making the best coffee of your life. That is what we're doing. We're not selling you a machine, we're selling you the best coffee of your life, and we'll get you there. So that's a very, very big thing. Breville obviously is not going to do that. In fact, I don't think any other company is going to take you to making good coffee at the end. Okay, now talk a bit more about Breville versus the decent espresso machine. Breville has one shot profile, and I'm going to pull up, if I go to settings here, presets, and I choose classic Italian espresso, this is pretty much the Breville profile. This is what you have on the Breville dual boiler, except you wouldn't have automatic pre-infusion exit. They exit based on a timer. It's not bad. But you have some pre-infusion, and you have 9 bars until the shot ends. That is the single only recipe you have on that machine. It is also, by the way, the single only recipe that you have on virtually every machine out there. Couple things. One is all espresso pucks erode as you make coffee, right? Coffee material goes into your cup. What that means is the ability of the coffee to fight water pressure decreases and the water speed increases. That's why the coffee goes from dark to less dark to lighter, and it seems like it does it faster and faster, right? You're dark, 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 and then medium dark, and then a couple seconds later, you're making something that's color that wood. And one of the reasons for that is this profile, this 9-bar profile. That is pushing water on the puck at a constant pressure, even as the coffee puck is losing material and losing the ability to resist that pressure. This is the single worst thing that ever happened to coffee, to espresso. Before the 9-bar machine, we had lever machines. So you would pull on a lever, and without a spring, when you saw the water going faster, you would lighten up on the muscle. Okay? With lever machines, you could compensate for the erosion of the puck. And lever machines make fantastic coffee for that reason. Now, what happened is people got tired or didn't want the skill of holding, so the espresso machine designers made springs that mimicked pretty well what you were supposed to do. So a lot of pressure at the start and declining pressure afterwards. This is why lever machines make great espresso, is because this pressure profile is bad. Now, what you want to do is decline. You want to do this. You want your shot to pre-infuse, hold for a certain amount of time, not that long really, okay? And then you want it to decline. Now, what I've just made there is in fact a lever profile. Okay? And I've just hit OK by accident. And now this espresso machine is making a spring lever shot. These just taste better. It's just that's how it is. Lever shots make better tasting shots than flat 9 bar. So that is the single biggest reason to buy a lever machine or a decent espresso machine, is that honoring the fact that the coffee puck changes over the espresso with some change to what you're doing will make better coffee. In terms of taste, it will remove acidity. It will also give you more flavor in the mouth. Now, I'm talking about so far medium to medium dark, classic roast. That's how all those machines were made to, all those machines were made to make those beans really good. Now, if you like medium light to light beans, in general, 9 bar machines are not a great idea. And the reason is that the lighter the roast, the less it is able to resist water pressure, the more it's going to channel and go light very quickly. In general, lighter roasts need a gentler treatment. And the super fancy cafes will often lower the pressure on their machines to say 6 bar when they're making light roasts, or increase the flow rate, or a number of other things. So the decent espresso machine, one of the real goals for me was to make a machine that allowed us to pull lighter roast coffee without all that unpleasant vegetable acidic flavors. Before I had the decent espresso machine, Bugs and I went on a tour of Portland, and consistently the tasting notes at cafes was like asparagus, artichoke, lemon juice, grapefruit pith. Just, those are not good things. But that's what virtually every cafe was cranking out, because they were all using 9 bar machines. Okay? That is not the flavor of the coffee you're going to get with this machine. If you're using light roast, we give you the various presets that pull those well. And when we talk about lighter versus medium dark roasts are chocolate to burn flavors, sometimes caramel flavors, and then lighter roasts, you'll get vegetable flavors or fruit flavors and lighter roasting flavors like toffee or caramel, as opposed to dark chocolate. You wouldn't get that. So depending on your flavor preferences and what you want to experiment in, there it is. So that, in a very long explanation, is not just decent against the Breville, but decent against everybody else. Why would you want the power on this machine? And the reason is it will help you make better coffee by helping you make better coffee, but also by having the technology to treat the coffee right. This, by the way, Slayer is the company that really started this, and Synezo has done it too, which is to have control over the flow rate. Now, they did it during pre-infusion, but they opened this whole Pandora's box of machines designed to make a different style of coffee. And I was very much inspired by that and ran with it in the creation of this machine.